Okay, ready? Okay.
Yeah.
So, who are you? What's your name?
I'm Guai
Last name?
Saludes.
How old are you?
I'm 21, turning 22 this November.
Okay, it's okay. Where do you go to school?
I'm studying at Ateneo de Manila University, BS Legal Management, 4th year, my last year, graduating.
So, what do you like to do?
I like writing, vlogging, studying.
Those are your hobbies.
I sing also. Okay, that's all.
That's all. So, with that, what would you want to be when you grow up?
I want to become a lawyer.
A lawyer. That's why you're taking legal management.
Yes.
So that means after, once you graduate, you'll be taking law school.
Yes.
Where?
If papala rin, my first priority is Ateneo Law School. But if wala akong mapasahan na law school, if ever, I'll just take a break for 1 year.
So of your hobbies, which one is your main hobby?
Writing.
Writing. So what got you into writing?
I was 12 years old and I was a reader first. I was trying to find, after reading everything, I was trying to find a specific story that I want to read, a specific plot or just my type in stories. And then, wala na akong makita, wala na akong mabasa since nabasa ko na halos lahat. So I just said to myself that I'll just create it. I'll just write it.
At 12 years old?
Yes, at 12.
Where did you publish it?
I didn't publish it. I think I created Wattpad 2012, I think, or 2013. But before I created Wattpad, I was writing stories by hand in one of my notebooks in grade 6. No, I don't have
You don't have that notebook?
No.
Okay. So when did you start to bloom with writing?
I think it's after Twitter series.
Twitter series. Okay, so let's talk about your Twitter series. How many did you create?
Oh my gosh. How many? I don't remember. Around 6, 7.
Around 6 stories. These were published on Twitter.
Yes.
So are you proud of your Twitter series?
Yes. Hindi ko pa siya nababasa ulit. So I don't know what anong mga laman niya, or if I read it again. I don't know kasi whenever I read a certain work at a different point of time, I get new perspective. I see it differently. But right now, since I'm not rereading it yet, yes, I'm proud of it.
Nice. Okay, so the question is, will you still write Twitter series in the future?
No, I don't think so.
It's a 0% possibility?
Sometimes I still think that writing series would be easier for me than writing novels now because of having problems. But there are so many writers na for Twitter series and so hard to keep up na.
Aside from your Twitter series, during the time when it was peak, did you read any others? Or maybe after you were done writing?
Before I wrote, I was reading Twitter series, so that's where I got the idea because I'm always a reader first before I'm a writer.
So you said you were a reader before you were a writer. So it's safe to assume that before you started writing on Wattpad, you were reading on Wattpad.
Yes, actually.
Yes?
Yeah, when I created, I discovered Wattpad because of She's Dating the Gangster.
The movie or the book?
The book.
What are some stories aside from that you read? Maybe one other two?
Katyal fanfics. A lot of them. Puro Katyal fanfics binabasa ko dati.
So what is your first story that you uploaded on Wattpad?
I think it's entitled... I recently discovered that hindi pala prinsesa ng buhay ko yung nilagay kong first story. I think it's like BF or BF. BF or BF? Best friend or boyfriend yata yung nakalagay.
When did you write that? How old were you?
12.
12 years old?
Yeah, or 13.
But no one really knows that?
No, I deleted. Only my classmates.
It's deleted or unpublished?
Deleted.
Oh, what were the biggest stories on your Wattpad that really gave you your big following on Wattpad? How many followers do you have on Wattpad?
2 million plus.
Oh, nice. So which one of your stories really accelerated the growth of your followers?
University series.
University series. Okay, let's talk about that. What was the first story in University series?
During in España.
Is that connected to any of your series or anything?
Tutor series inspired me to write university series because sa Tutor series, I was writing about different universities and then puro short, mga one-liners, ganyan. And then I realized that people love reading college and university, how they are in university, in campus, like that. So I decided to write a longer version of those.
But why do you think people like to read those?
I think they are trying to see what college life is. They will have an idea on how it works in campus or something.
Okay, so would you say that university series at the moment is one of your greatest feats in writing?
Yeah?
Yeah, so I'd like to ask, what's your relationship to university series?
Right now?
Yeah, since it's done, right?
Yeah. What's my relationship? I think it's a love-hate relationship.
Love-hate relationship.
Yeah.
Expand.
Sometimes I love it, sometimes I hate it.
Why?
Well, I told you, right, that whenever I look at my past work at a different point of time, I loved it while I was writing it. But when I read them again, let's say months after, years after, weeks after, days after, I look at it differently. So sometimes I realize that I hate what I wrote, but sometimes when I'm in the part where I love it, I really feel like I really love this part. Like, depends on which part.
Okay, so how did your personal life ever bleed into the series, or did it ever influence some parts of the series? What is the relationship of your personal life to university series?
Everything is affecting the way I write. Everything that's happening with me or with the people around me. Sometimes that's what I put in my writing because that's what I see. It's my perspective.
Okay, let's talk about how, was there any significant moment in your life that you expressed through your stories?
AOTD.
AOTD is?
Avenues of the Diamond, yun talaga yung story na nilagay ko yung sarili ko sa characters. Like, I created Naomi and Sam as two parts of me.
Could you elaborate as you?
It's Naomi first. I was Naomi first.
Let's elaborate Naomi as you first.
I created a character that had similarities with me in terms of struggles. Like, on the aspect of Naomi struggling with the internet, hearing other people's opinion about her, reading other people's comments about her, all those bad comments. That's how I also struggled at that time. So I created the character that was me. So I put myself into that character, but not in every aspect of her character was similar to me. But during that time, I was really in a dark place. So I created the Naomi to put my thoughts and also to scream, I think, what I was feeling at that moment. I wanted people to know without me actually telling them that this is what I'm thinking right now. I didn't want to go out of my way and say to the world that, hey, I'm really in a bad place and this is what I'm thinking right now. So I found another way, and that was what I did with AOTT. So that was my message to people, and that's opening up what I was thinking to the readers, to everyone. But the ending with me was different because I failed, and then I decided to resonate with Sam instead. So the symbolism of Sam to me was walk, right? Walk. Sam was the model. And I also put the same struggle kay Sam. Same struggle with the spotlight. Same struggle with the internet, with people's comments. Sam was symbolizing now my healing, because Sam was walking forward. She actually managed to overcome. I created Sam, that struggle for Sam and how she handled it, as motivation for myself to also, keep walking forward.
Okay, so is it safe to say that these two characters are the ones that resonate with you the most and have the most sentimental value out of the rest of the characters?
Yes.
Okay. So do you consider that writing is your most prized possession? Is it what you're most proud of? Is university series your prized possession? Is it your diamond?
Yes.
Why?
Not just university series, just the writing itself.
Your writing hobby.
Yeah.
Okay. So we talked about how your stories are sometimes affected by your life decisions or things that happen in your life. But what would you say is the fine line between you, Guai, and university series? Because let's take, for example, the quote, "to be one with the stars." It can be taken two ways. There's one where you, and then there's one with university series. What's the difference of Guai's "to be one with the stars" and university series "to be one with the stars"? Let's start with you.
Well, before it was AOTD's, before it was Naomi's or Sam's, it was mine first. The phrase was mine first. I put that in my bio. I don't remember when, but a long time ago na. Even if I did not put it in my bio, I had it with me, the phrase, because for me it meant that I want to be one of the stars, meaning that I want to achieve my dreams and shine, like stars, like superstar, but not like celebrity type. I wanted to shine like, I wanted to be known, because when you look at the stars, like everyone could see you when you look up. So that's what I wanted to be. But it was my motivational phrase for myself until that light started to harm me or hurt me. So during 2020, the meaning changed for me. So I also put how the meaning changed for me. I put it in AOTT. Naomi's line was to be one of the stars, and then Sam's was to be one with the stars. So I managed to, I don't know, sometimes I differentiate with from of, but at that time the meaning changed from being motivational to being harmful for me. I always every night during that time, I would always look up, or if there's a night sky, I would just think that maybe there's no pain there. Maybe if I do this, I won't feel pain anymore. So I want the meaning changed from really wanting to just escape what I was going through or the pain that I was feeling at that moment. But as AOTD started progressing, and I created Sam to motivate me or to contribute also to my healing, I healed slowly from writing a character that was like pushing me to move forward. Sam was the one who said that night Naomi became one with the stars. At that moment when I wrote it, honestly I couldn't differentiate the two, to be one of the stars, be one with the stars. But after that chapter, I think it was Sam's line. She said that you can become one of the stars without being taken away. So that I started reclaiming my phrase. As I slowly healed, the meaning changed for me, and I just realized that even if I don't become a star, or just being with them was enough for me to still shine. That's like being here being a star here right now, just plainly existing and moving forward, I'm shining. So I started claiming the phrase back to being motivational just for me. It's not going to be the same with other people, and I just, I understand that it had a different personal meaning to me. But I never explained that to anyone before. I never explained that, maybe because only a few asked, but I never really knew how to explain it. So for me, that was what it meant now. I claimed it back as another motivation for me to, like, oh, you can just be shining along with the stars by just existing. I admit I wasn't really thinking of university series at that time, although it was really there. So I get where people are coming from, and I am really apologetic for it. I really apologize for that. Yeah, I also released a statement and apologizing because it was really I really didn't think that through. I really didn't think that, of course, it's in university here, so it's bound to be understood like that. And I never explained my phrase to anyone before, or to the public before. So of course, it will be easily assumed that that was what I meant. I really just want to apologize to the people. I really didn't mean for it to be like that. But damage has been done, and just gonna grow from it and learn from what happened.
Okay. Again, from your writing, there was also another little problem when you were writing Our Yesterday's Escape, where regarding your relationship affecting the way you write. How true is that, or what can you say about that? Which is true, which is false?
I see people saying that, don't let your relationship affect the way you write. And my first response was that, have you guys tried writing before? Writers have different ways on how they write. But mostly for writers, I'm not speaking for everyone, but we are affected on the things that's happening around us. Of course, my relationship will affect the way I write. For example, during Assault series, I had the problematic view about how relationships work, because at that time I was in a relationship that was toxic, and I was in a bad relationship. So my view of relationship was like that. When I tried reading Assault series again, I realized that there were really a lot of parts that were problematic. For example, bawal ka magsuot ng ganyan, or lagi silang nag-aaway talaga. Because at that time, my relationship was like that. And my view was like, oh, that's normal kasi yun yung relationship ko. So I thought that those things were normal in a relationship. That was my only relationship at that time. So I didn't have much knowledge of how relationships really work, how healthy relationships really work. And also sa mga nababasa ko, ganun din yung naiisip ko eh. So ganun din yung nakikita ko eh. So akala ko okay, normal. Compared it to now, I just realized how badly I was treated then. So I also realized how badly I wrote this type of relationship. So my views in my relationships, yung experiences ko sa relationships, of course, that will affect my writing because that will be my view. That's how I see it. That's how I see relationships. I don't get why people tell me not to let my relationships affect the way I write. It's not wholly affecting the way I write. It's just that my view of relationships change because I'm in this kind of relationship. But I also get where people are coming from because, of course, if someone doesn't have the same experiences in the past, of course they should have flaws. But I just think that we all have different perspectives on their flaws. Not just relationships with boyfriend, but also relationships with friends, with my family, relationships with my classmates, relationship with my school. Those things, they all affect the way I write because I gain experiences from those relationships. I gain experiences from bad friendships, good friendships, bad relationships, good relationships. And those things, yun yung mga gagamitin ko sa pagsusulat ko. Those things inspire me. But don't assume that I'm using all of my experiences and putting them in one book. No, it's not like that. I just think that people assume too much of the way I write. Since I think that writing is an art, I just don't feel like I have to explain everything that I'm writing. So that's why oftentimes I just, not talk, because I just let people have their own meanings or interpretations on what I write. Even though it's gonna be different from mine, but it's an art, so you have different perspectives, and I accept those perspectives unless they really just go beyond na nakaka-harm na sila ng people or ng feelings.
So with all your stories, did you have a lot of criticism?
Of course.
Yeah, you did, but how did you deal with the criticism? Did you take it into account and learn from it, or did you just ignore it?
First thing, I filter criticisms. I know what constructive criticism is, and I know what destructive criticism is. I know when it's coming from a reader, and I know when it's coming from a hater. I know how to differentiate those two. A constructive criticism, it was always taught in school, English class, college. It's pointing out the good things, and then pointing out the bad things, and then good things again, or just suggest how to improve. I had a lot of those, and I'm really, really thankful for those people who are trying to give me constructive criticisms, especially in private. They really message me, and they really show their concern, or they're looking forward for my growth. They really care about me as a writer. They really care about my growth with the things they say. I accept those. I always listen, and Arums know that. I listen to what they're saying, but only if they're gonna say it as constructive criticism and not just plain hate. Examples are like, napakapangit ng pagsusulat mo dito. So I'm like, yun ang sabi. So I was just like, okay, so saan yung pangit? Anong gagawin ko? So I just don't listen to those types of comments. I care about those people who are like, I really like how you wrote this scene, but this scene, I think it lacks something, and you can improve this, I think, by writing this instead, like that. Those I really listen, and not just listen, I engage in conversation one-on-one with those people. But if you're just gonna point out all the bad things to me and no improvement, no good things, so what do you want me to do with it? So I know how to filter out those types of comments. So there are a lot of people who are just masking their hate with, oh, this is a constructive criticism. No, it's not. Everyone knows it's not. You're just the one convincing yourself that you're saying something without hate. But in reality, just admit it to yourself, you just hate it.
So one of the last questions about writing. Are you, for roommate, a perfect writer?
No, I don't think there's such thing as a perfect writer.
Okay.
I could never be perfect. Cliche, but I'm a human. I don't think I will write something that's perfect. I always think that there will always be something negative that will come out of something. Just know that I'm not doing it with pure intention of it being harmful or negative. I think it's just I lack experience, knowledge, or I just lack the skill to actually write it better at that time, because my writing is always limited at this point of time. The more I write, the more I learn. The more I write, the more I get skills. Once I say I did my best on this story, because that was really my best at that time. But the more I grow, my best will become better and better and better. And so when I look back, I'm like, oh, I could have written this better. But no, that was really my best at that time. It's because I could say na I could have written this better. It's because I learned something new. I experienced something new, so that I could write that better.
What should your fans expect from your writing in the future? Should they expect same type of stories, same type of mistakes? Should they expect a different genre? What should they expect from your writing style?
My writing style, I always like challenging myself. So, I know it won't be perfect. Especially when I'm starting just to explore something, a different style. It won't be perfect. Don't expect it to be perfect. But I'm like always trying my best, my hardest. Just expect that it will always be hard for me to write, especially after everything that happened to me, after everything I went through. It will always be hard for me. If I said before na I don't think I can write anymore or that I stopped writing, no, I can't. I just realized that no, I cannot stop writing. Even if
Was that an impulsive thing to say?
it was not impulsive, but at that moment, that was what I felt, that I really cannot na. I want to give up.
So now you're taking that back?
Yes. Because after days of getting bored, I always just resort to writing because, yun na, nasanay na ako eh. So, I just can't take it out of my life. It's like a childhood toy that I've been with. So, I just can't let it go. I keep on saying that writing should let me go, but I'm the one who can't let go of writing. So, what to expect? Don't expect me to stop any sooner. But I am really particular now on when I want to start sharing what I write. Because right now, I'm just writing privately. I'm just sharing them to the people I know or I'm close with, or those the people who would think that my writing is beautiful. So that it will remain that way for me. Because I just look at writing so beautifully that I'm scared of sharing it to other people, because my view of something that was beautiful might change.
Let's move on now from writing and let's talk about your current status in, let's quote unquote, limelight. So we can say that it's safe to assume naman na the reason why you gain so much followers is because of your writing, right? Right? And you use those followers, you use that to become a social media personality and influencer, right? So it's safe to assume naman that you're a social media personality and or influencer because of the amount of followers you have.
Yeah, although like I don't have a good relationship with the influencer term, but let's say now we're gonna use that.
Okay. How did you start being an influencer?
Writing. Just writing. Gaining following sa writing eh. Parang nag-ano na siya. I had a lot of platforms, so people followed me everywhere I went. Brands just always look at engagements and followers, so
That's how.
I had that.
Yeah. But would you say you were prepared for what was gonna happen? Were you prepared to be an influencer?
No, but when will I ever be prepared to be in the spotlight? I don't think anyone would be prepared for the things that we're not expected to come.
Okay. So what's it like? What's it like being an influencer? Basically, do you like it?
I like it because I have work. I have something to do. I earn, but at what cost?
At what cost? Talk about it.
I don't think other people really understand how hard it is to really be on the spotlight. There are people who can handle it, strong enough to handle it, but there are also people who are not. And I was one of those people who cannot handle that kind of spotlight.
Like, do you consider yourself one of those strong people that you're saying that can handle it now?
Yes. I feel like I'm like super strong now. Super strong. No one can ever take me down anymore. I feel like those experiences before I'm not romanticizing what happened to me before. I don't want that to happen again. But those experiences led me to be like this, to be strong, to be bulletproof from other people. I mean, not that the shield that I made for myself is completely unbreakable. Because there will be times when I will still break down, when I'll still feel like I want to just vanish, I won't say that I'm perfectly fine, I'm perfectly strong. No, there will be times that I'm weak, and acknowledging that is what makes me strong.
Now that you're an influencer, what's something that you didn't expect? Like something you really didn't know before you were in the limelight?
I didn't know it would be this hard.
It's hard.
I didn't know. Like, I thought, okay, Cloud chasing lang. Ano lang, parang happy lang. Kasi nakikita ko dati, mga vloggers, sobrang saya nila. Lagi ko sila napapanood. Sobrang saya nila sa buhay. Ang light lang ng atmosphere. I wanted to be like that. But turns out, turns out that what you see in social media is not everything. They're really going through something that's not visible in social media. That what they portray as them being happy and light in social media, not everything. Because at night they will just everything will just go to them and cry, and that's really what's happening also to me.
Now?
Not now, but there will be times when I have to fake my happiness to other people so that they won't get worried, to the public, and say, oh, I'm fine right now, I'm fine. But the night before I was crying so hard. It's still a process. I still don't like showing my emotions to the public, because I always feel like they will use them against me.
But there are instances where you do like sometimes show the softer side of you.
Yeah, very rare.
Yeah, very rare.
Probably kapag hindi ko na kaya, or just I want comfort. I really badly need comfort, and having comfort from my friends or family hindi na enough. I need arms.
Let's move on to brands. What's something that people don't know about like brand postings and brands in general, brand deals?
You know what? I think people don't understand that brand posts are scheduled. We have contract. I have to abide by the contract. The contract has a posting date, so I have to post at that time. Hi guys, low bat. So, nagpalit ako ng battery and I also retouched for a bit. Okay, back to recording.
So assuming that like there's drama around your name and you have, let's say, a posting for brand X, no matter what happens, you still have to post it unless talagang emergency.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially if it's, for example, 9-9. And it's 9-9 at that time. I cannot post that the next day. Hindi na 9-9, 9-10 na.
Okay.
So I really have to. Just know that if I'm posting something while there's an issue going around, it's not that I could have moved that. I will always try my best to try to move postings, but not when I'm really at the deadline day. Because most of the time, I know kapag yung post hindi pwedeng ma-move kasi it's a date related or deadline na. Sometimes there are brands that I would ask, I'm so sorry, I really can't post right now because I'm having I need to release a serious statement. And some brands will really just say, okay, I'll just post tomorrow. But there are really postings that cannot be moved.
Okay.
You know.
What has changed like regularly since you've gained a lot of followers?
Well, whenever I go out, I always feel conscious of how I look.
Why? Do you get approached by fans?
Yes.
What's like the most memorable way a fan approached you and like asked for a picture? Or like a most memorable place?
Something memorable that they did. Always gonna approach me and say, "Ikaw ba si tanga ka?"
Oh yeah, because you had a trending video.
Yes. Or sometimes during Paskuhan, someone approached me and said, "Scared ka?" And I was like, what? Oh, scared ako.
Do you like it when people approach you?
I just don't prefer it when I'm eating, especially with my family and friends.
So what do you call your fans?
Arums.
Arums. Where did the name Arums come from?
Oh, it means beauty in Korean.
So that's also where your Twitter name, your Wattpad name,
Yes.
Forumate, came from.
Forumate means arumate. Arum is indistinct. That's why beauty is indistinct. I think it doesn't just refer to people but also to the writing. The beauty of writing is indistinct.
Do you remember when you first started calling them Arums and when the first wave of Arums came into your life?
I think we have an anniversary on when the Arum term was coined. I just don't remember. Patagal na eh. 2018?
2018. What's
Something.
your feeling when you finally found out that there was this group of people who were into your works and would always want to follow you?
Overwhelmed, and sometimes it just feels not real. So but now I'm really thankful. And sometimes I still get shocked that, oh, but you know me, like you read my works. Yeah.
When you had your first wave of Arums, 2018, Did you know how to treat them? Did you know like what your responsibility was?
No.
No.
No, I was always just had this friendly relationship with them. I just think of them as friends.
But like, so what's your relationship now with Arams? Knowing that you have a big responsibility now and then learning from your mistakes. What's your relationship with them now?
I still talk with them, but I'm distancing myself from social media. So I'm not distancing myself from them, but the social media thing.
Can you expound on why you decided to leave the public eye on Twitter?
Because I don't think Twitter is making much sense now to me. I just really get worried, and I have to stop myself from thinking, what are they saying behind my tweet? What will they say if I tweet this? What will they say? I keep on thinking that. What will they say? What will they say? So I really have to stop it. It's not. It's for myself, for my inner peace. And being on Twitter was really not. Is still not really healthy for me.
So will you go back to Twitter or?
No, I don't think I want to go back to Twitter unless it's really required for my work.
How many fans would you have, say, in total, like across all your platforms? TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, Wattpad, YouTube?
Maybe 2 million plus. I mean, that's the most followers I have in one social media.
Okay, so what would you say? Kasi a lot of people kasi, they always call you out. They always call you out for saying, Guy, this Arum said this about me. Guy, this Arum copied this from that. Guy, this Arum is being a bad person. Why don't you call them out? Or why won't you say something? Why won't you control them? What do you say to when people ask you that?
First thought, why should I be responsible for someone else's kid? Well, if they are kids, I am not the main person that you should come to teach them the right and wrong. Their parents, their guardians should be the ones who will teach them the right thing, the wrong thing. And I just don't think that I am responsible for every one of them, because there are like 2 million plus of them. And how do you expect me to handle all of them and keep an eye on every single one of them? If they're not a kid, okay, if they're not a kid, if that means they are old enough to understand the basic, what's right, what's wrong. Yes, there are Arums who like the moment they see, they will talk to them and say, you know, this is what you did is wrong. Because really, of course, there will be people who really do not know that what they're doing is wrong. There will be Arums that will call them out. But sometimes I just don't go out of my way. First, maybe because I don't know. I didn't know about that. And second, if I do it once to this person, people will start expecting me to do it constantly.
You mean if you told one Arum to stop doing that, people would expect you to do that to every single Arum that made that
Yes, because I already did that before. I always call them out for what they're doing is wrong. What they're doing is wrong, and I don't like that. And even if I keep on doing that, there will always be someone who will still not listen to me. And I realized that people will do whatever they want in the internet. People have different intentions. Some just want to ignite a fight. Some just, want to provoke someone. So I mostly do not entertain, especially new accounts, troll accounts, hate accounts. But if it's a legit account, and I really know this person, or my friend also, it's a legit account, and I have contact to this person, sometimes I do it privately, and I don't need to tell people. I don't want to tell people, or I already called this person out private. No, that's not the purpose, because the purpose of me calling out someone is for them to learn their lesson and apologize for and grow from it. And I don't need to put it in public, because what's the point, right? If I'm gonna call out someone, I prefer to do it privately, but don't expect me to do it for each and every single one of them. Sometimes kasi holding public figures accountable for what those people who support them do, it's pretty selective. They don't do that to other people, or maybe they do, but I just feel like they do it too much to me, and they expect so much from me. So I just don't think that I should apologize for other people's mistakes or other people's actions. Sometimes it feels unfair for me, to apologize for something that I did not do. When they were doing the action, it was them, like individually. Of course, they weren't thinking of me at that time, because if they really did, they won't do that. I hope so that they won't do that if they really. Of course, you guys are watching this. I just hope that before you do something, I hope you think of me, of what I want you to do. I don't want you to do those bad things. I don't want you to attack people, destroy people, bash people. Don't do that. That's why I always tell you guys, give love and love well, right? Sometimes I just don't understand why people have that much hate in their hearts. I don't understand why some people are acting like I killed someone.
Do you think you're a subject to an excessive amount of hate? Continue.
Yes. There's so much hate for me. I'm not saying that I'm someone who deserves zero hates. Of course, I offended some people before, and not everyone will forgive me, and I understand that. But there are just people who hate me for no reason. Like they're just there to hate. I just feel like I don't understand why, like, I did something that's as bad as like a crime, that I deserve all the horrible things said to me. Before kasi I would sometimes post and say, like, please stop doing this to me. But now, I just don't feel like doing that na. Because before, it somehow fueled more people to do that to me because they just want to hurt me. Parang na-motivate pa sila na gawin natin to kasi ito yung nakakasakit sa kanya. So now I just don't post and I keep it all in. But it's not easy. It's never easy. It's never going to be easy. I may be strong, but it's not as if I'm not having a hard time. Talking about calling out the person they're supporting for the action of their supporter. It has happened a lot of me before that there will be people who will say stuff to me, who will hate me, message me, and really just say the worst things to me. But you know, I never ever thought about messaging the person they support, whoever it is. I never thought of that because I never saw the person they support or the person in their usernames or in their photos. I never saw them responsible for this person's actions because I always set them apart. That this person is an individual person. I think like that. So I don't understand why people don't do the same to me. Why can't they understand that I am a different person? I am a different entity from this person. They might use my picture. They might use my name. That's what connects us. But the action while they're doing that, were they really thinking of me? That's what I always ask.
Are you willing to admit that ever since the first day of Arums, are you willing to admit that some of your Arums have made mistakes?
Of course, everyone.
Up to now.
Of course, even I make mistakes. So I don't have the right to expect people to be perfect when I'm not even perfect myself. You know, I don't expect them to not make mistakes ever in their life. There will always be times when, of course, emotions will affect their actions. It happens to me too, so I understand, but doesn't mean that the actions are justified. I really appreciate those people who actually message them privately about the mistakes they've done, for them to learn from it, grow from it. Because if they don't know that what they've done was wrong, of course, how will they grow from it? How will they learn that, oh, it is wrong? I mentioned before that I shouldn't be the main person who should teach them this is wrong. I'm not the main person, but I could help them, you know. And I don't just help them by calling them out, especially in public. I don't like that. I could help by, you know, the stories I make. There are lessons there that I want to instill to people, or I don't want people to learn from. Or sometimes, you know, I just mention that. I will message them privately. Or I will ask someone who has contacted them to just message them. If no one, pag wala pang nagsasabi sa kanila, wala pang kumakausap sa kanila.
Let's talk about past tweets. Are there any more tweets in your old private accounts that you realized that were mistakes? You didn't know.
Of course. I had a lot of past tweets that were made out of ignorance and lack of knowledge. Especially that one tweet, I think we were playing guess the emoji. So we were like having fun.
This was in a private account?
Yeah, private account. Someone said, guess this emoji, and then it was the Kaaba emoji. So at that time, I really didn't know. Even if some people were still insisting that I really knew at that time, and I really didn't know. So I was like, ano yan? Like, musulayo ba yan? That's what I said. And then someone replied that, hey, that's Kaaba. It's really special for Muslims. So I really felt bad. Like really, the moment I read that, I deleted that with I apologize. I really sincerely apologized and said that I really didn't know, and really felt so bad. I deleted like 1 second after reading that tweet. It was hindi nagtagal yung tweet na yon. I think 5 minutes or 1 minute. Minutes after pa lang. Na-delete ko na kasi someone replied na and corrected me. So I really said sorry to everyone who like, of course, sorry to the Muslim community. I really didn't know, and I learned. I really learned now, and I really should start learning more about other religions.
Moving on, are there any other tweets you'd like to talk about? Any other or maybe messages, posts?
I don't. I don't remember everything. I don't remember, but I know there are things that I apologize for in the past that. Really, I grew from it. Just know that I learned from it, I grew from it, and I don't want to repeat those again. I don't have the intention, really, to repeat the mistakes I made. If you catch me repeating them, it's just, please know that I don't have the intention, really. I just know that I don't have the intention to do that.
Are there any shady things you've done that the general public doesn't know about?
Okay, before I would admit this. I would use other accounts to patol haters. Not just my haters, my friends' haters, mga kaaway ng friends ko, or basta other people. I will make patol using another account because I know that I can't use mine because that will just spark it more.
But
but sometimes kasi I just feel like I have the need to defend myself. Because ang daming misconception, ang daming fake news. So I just feel the need like, okay, someone please explain that this is not what's really happening,
Do you get hate a lot?
Every day of my life.
Every day. And how do you deal with said hate or harassment?
I ignore it.
You ignore.
Every day of my life, there will be messages. Not just for me, but for the people around me. My boyfriend, his family, my family, my friends. Lahat sila nadadamay sa kung ano meron ako. They would get death threats, I just don't publicize this to people. They would get death threats. I would get death threats.
Every day?
Not every day, but every day there's a hate tweet in different forms. There will be, wag ka na magsulat, ang pangit-pangit mo sa sulat mo, or like, or retokado ka, ganyan. Or there will be like just mumurahin lang ako na, tang ina mo, like, sana manahimik ka na, or sana, and of course, there will be like, I hope you KYS, a lot of those. Or they will say like, invalidate my mental health. They will say, you will use the mental health card again, like that.
Do you think that some of your haters should not really forgive you, but should at least be neutral with you?
I don't expect them to do that any sooner. They already created this idea and image of me in their heads that I'm this person, I'm this kind of person. So that image or idea, or their narrative that they created, that will be hard to debunk. Even if they misunderstand something and then they are corrected, that, okay, they created this narrative. What goes against their narrative? They won't accept that. So sometimes I just feel like I don't have to explain myself to them. I don't have to explain myself to public because the public already had created this narrative about me. Typically, if even if you explain, they won't accept that because they will still believe this image that they created in their heads about you, and that won't change anytime. That won't change that easily.
You personally, would you want to, at least the bare minimum, would you at least want to be neutral with your haters? Like, would you just want to just end all the hate, just if they don't have to stand you, just be neutral with you? Would you at least want that personally?
Yes, because if you're in my position, you're the one in my position and you're saying all those things, you're gonna get so much hate also.
Okay, so the question was, why do I block people? On Facebook, I'm not the one blocking people. I have people managing my Facebook page. It's not me who's posting, and unless it's a brand post. I only open my Facebook page when I have to post for a brand. So most of the time, I'm not the one blocking people, and I don't blame my Facebook managers why they block people, because they just have reasons why they block person. Sometimes it's because this person would tag me on hateful things, or would make a hateful post about me and then tag me, or will comment or flood the comments with hateful stuff. So those are the reasons why they block those people. Someone would comment on my TikTok or something. They would say, blinak ako sa Facebook niyan. Hoy, ba't mo ako blinak sa Facebook? First thought was like, huh? Sino ka ba? Hindi naman kasi ako yun. Sa Twitter naman or Instagram, ako yun. I'm blocking people or who I think are threats to my inner peace. I also block trolls. I also block hate accounts. So if your account is just full of hate for me, then I don't think I have to interact with you, or I don't think I have to see what you have to say because you're just a hateful person. I only listen to people who care about me. I don't listen to haters because they're not thinking of my growth. They just want to hate. They do not have an idea of me becoming a better person, and they just want to hate. I just only listen to people who care about me. I'm really, really thankful for those arms, for my friends or family that would always tell me if I'm wrong. Would always tell me when kapag may nagawa akong. And especially for those people who message me privately and refuse to just post publicly, which they know won't reach me. Most of the time, I prefer people just messaging me privately for the things that I have to be called out for, instead of posting it publicly for all the people to see, because what's the point if I'm the target audience? Because you have ways on how to contact me. You can email me. You can email my management. Also, I only listen to people who care about me because those people care about my growth and they care about me learning. Unlike those people who just hate. They don't care about me learning. They just care about hating. They feel satisfied when their hate tweet or hate post would get engagements or clout. I don't listen to those types of people. Waste of time. And that's why I block them. Don't want to see them. I don't get why some people are proud of being a threat to someone's inner peace. They would even post it or put it in their bio. Like, just telling everyone that, oh my gosh, you should block me. And so, I just don't want to see you. And that's not something to be proud of. You are a threat to my inner peace, and that's not something that you should be proud of. I just don't get why people who hate me, who still follow me everywhere. Am I not doing you a favor by blocking you so that you won't see me anymore? Because if you hate me that much, then you will just refuse not to see me. Just block me everywhere. I don't care. Because I don't know you. You're the one who knows me. So, ikaw na mag-first move. Just block me. I won't even notice if you block me or not. They constantly follow me everywhere. Lahat ng social media naka-follow. Kahit nga sa private accounts ko, nag-request pa ng follow. I don't get it. And then if you ask me, paano mo nalaman na hater sila? Check their account and their tweets are all about me. Sometimes I wonder if it's really your account or is it my account? Kasi ako laman ng lahat ng tweets mo. Are you okay? Is everything okay? Bakit ako? Wala ka bang other life? Wala ka bang ibang bagay na mapagkakaabalahan? Hindi ka ba makapag-focus sa sarili mo? Or parang ako yung nagiging punching bag, sumasalo sa lahat ng issues ng mga taong yun. So yeah, that's why I block people. Dami ko sinabi. Now there's this question about being unbuttered naman. I feel like the word unbuttered is being so overused. For me, it's just that I'm not unbuttered. It's just that I'm not on the internet 24/7. I have life outside the internet and outside social media, so don't expect me to be there 24/7 to attend to your needs, to become CCTV to everything happening on social media. And I just don't feel like everything, like I have to explain everything to the public.
Okay. Last few questions, since we're running out of time. Are you the same person you were years ago?
No.
There's a major difference.
Of course, there will always be a major difference because I'm always trying to be a better person each day. And I really hope that I will always think of becoming a better person. And that's what I want to achieve.
All the things you've done, all the people you may have hurt, what's something you'd like to say to that?
I really, of course, apologize to everyone I hurt or harmed, but generally, just sincerely apologize. And it's never my intention, or it never came to me to actually hurt someone with the intention of really hurting them. I'm not that kind of person.
What should we expect from Saludes in the future?
Expect me to still make mistakes. I know I'm still bound to make mistakes. But expect me to always grow and learn from those things. I'm always putting my growth as my priority. And also, syempre, a lot of projects will be...
A lot of projects?
Yeah, a lot of our projects are in the works, so expect to have more.
Okay. Lastly, to end everything off, do you think you are a good person?
I don't, but I always try my best to be. Some people would make me feel that I'm a bad person, and that sometimes I myself is convinced that I am. But if I'm just gonna talk about what my heart's answer really is, I would like to believe that I'm still a good person despite all my imperfections and despite all the mistakes I've done in the past. I always try to learn, listen, grow. I might not think that I'm really a pure good person, but always try. I always try to be.